Very soon do we go rise strong. Oh, Nandikanu, your voice still they call. Even if the night feels like it won't end at all. Chains fit by the body, but never the truth. Your hope still they flow like a rising storm. You ask for freedom with a fearless heart. Even when you pain, you know back down or depart. Oh, Nandikanu, your name the echo of truth. A reminder that justice still gets work to do. If tears could break our heart, if prayers could open doors, your people will carry on. We hold faith, we hold on steady. Oh, your voice still rises beyond the bars, like a cry where go reach the stars. Oh, Nandikanu, freedom still they call your name. Free Kanu, free Kanu, free Nandikanu, free, let him go, free, let him go.
Because what I am saying on Abumanyamini, our people are lame. They are weak. I am struggling to many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left. Weak, docile, and imbecilic. Weak. I don't know how we can take such people to war. I don't know how we can take men who are not men into battle and win. I am ashamed. Very, very ashamed. Nonetheless, we must preach this very gospel because man did not ask us to come. Chukwu Abiyama in heaven mandated that we should come. If not, that I was called to do this very work, I will not speak to any of you anymore. But Chukwu Abiyama said this very gospel must be preached, and we must preach it. I have prayed since yesterday up until now. My request is very simple. The same prayer I made in secret, I will make out here in the open. Chukwu Abiyama Biko, since it is your intention that your kingdom will be restored upon this very earth, I need men. I need men. I did not say boys. I said I need men. Those of them that you created to restore your kingdom, they should come forward now, not tomorrow, not next year. Chukwu Abiyama. You must bring them now. I did not say tomorrow. Because the insult is too much. It is beyond what any human being can endure. We want to go and get Biafra, or we die in the process, because we are better off dead than witness some of this nonsense going on. The level of insult is beyond what any decent human being can tolerate. I was an Achinama. They bring their cattle into our land. They desecrate our land. They kill us in the presence of our families, and nobody does anything about it. And when the police attend, the police sit idly by as people are being killed. by not a multitude of people. Only 4. Only 4 Awasa people can sack an entire village in Biafra land, and we call ourselves men. No, we are not men until we redeem our honor, until we look at integrity and say we must have a part of it. Until then, to be honest with you. This is Radio Biafra. Now is the time to come forward. I did not say tomorrow. Now, tonight, is the time to come forward. 100 of us, and then we march. 100 and we march. The rest can come later if they want to. Well, I'm tired of broadcasting. I want to fight for my country. I want to carry arms to defend the honor and integrity of my country. I want to avenge the death of 6 million people. I want Biafra to stand as a beacon of hope, freedom, and liberty in black world. I want Biafra to stand as a testament to the glory of heaven upon the face of this very earth. I want Biafra to stand because my obligation to the dead outweigh that which I owe to the living. That is why Biafra will stand, and Biafra will come. 100 men, that's all. And we march. The rest can come later on. I no longer give a damn. The disgrace and the insult is too much. We must go and meet our enemies, even if we have only machete and hose. It is far more better for us to go and meet them and die with a semblance of dignity than with this very humiliation which we encounter every blessed day. We must assemble as quickly as possible.
On the mere fact that you were an Easterner in those days labeled you fit only for one thing: death, and death at the hands of the Nigerian authorities. The Igbos and their associates were killed in practically every village in northern Nigeria. They were killed in many places in western Nigeria. They were in Lagos, even on Kata Bridge, the very center of Lagos. People were looked at and thought, oh, this looked an Igbo, and killed. The very first army officer killed in Lagos, actually, during that time was from Calabar, was killed on the bridge, and so on. Igbos were being hunted out and killed. The Igbos that remained in Lagos after the war began were herded together and detained without any trial or anything, no question of any legal rights. Till today, property of Igbos are still sequestered in various areas of Nigeria.
Hello, beautiful people. Please, I am begging for your indulgence, just a bit of your time actually to watch this video.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to try and enlighten people on this coup that seems to be at the center of subsequent problems in Nigeria. The coup of January 15th, 1966 was actually led by Major Ifajuna, and he commanded the activities in the south. And Zogo, another major, coordinated the northern side of it from Kaduna. The reason for the coup, if you remember, Nigeria became independent in 1960. We had,
as long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwukika Abiyama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children, the Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, I tell you. I lead indigenous people of Biafra IykeObed. So also do I command the armies of Biafra. They are fiercely loyal. They are loyal, I tell you, and doing the work that I expect them to do. I also direct Radio Biafra, not through any power which I possess or any extraordinary knowledge, but by your grace, O Lord. By your grace, we honor you and we adore you. I know that some people listening, including the British, may not understand what we are doing, but there is nobody in Britain that answers Nwachukwu, the child of heaven. We do. Therefore, when we worship our Father, people should not try to be jealous. They should not feign ignorance or misunderstanding, because we are ancient people. We have been doing this for over 5,000 years and will continue to do so until the end of time.
To the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IykeObed. His command is final. Whatever he says, goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader, and the sacred, unyielding IPO code of conduct. The third administration of the dots is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. You are Tony and Surumike. You are sacked. You are sacked. Collins Chinedu. You are sacked. China Ganworu. You are sacked. Fidel said you are sacked. Chidin Manworu. Juliet Edward Philatro. You are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from my BOB. You no longer speak. You no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. The supreme leader of IPO. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Martin Ambicano says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. When a day he paid $500,000 of blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you be a proud vanguard media for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered the truth is always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of heaven, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says. The fourth Doss is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
All right, good evening, great Biafrans and wonderful people. I welcome you. This is Biafra Radio, and of course, we are live, we are direct. As you are joining, please begin to share this broadcast far and wide, far and near, and begin to invite those you should be inviting to this broadcast. All right, my name is Barr Iykeobed Onoha. I will be your anchor this evening, hosting this program, and of course, I am hosting IykeObed Oceania, Australia. They will be coming to you this evening. As we are waiting for them to come up, of course, I will begin to welcome you as I do. And as I welcome you, please try and welcome others. Very, very important before we start this program in earnest, before we launch into full force. Today, of course, is the 6th day of July 2026, the year of our Lord. And of course, we are coming to you live here from South Africa, Johannesburg to be precise. And from Johannesburg, of course, we are reaching humanity across the face of those planets they call Earth. Therefore, please Join us, and as you join us, share this program. Share this program. Very, very important. And of course, it's going to be a very short program this evening because of time difference. If I can tell you that the people we are hosting, this evening is already probably, if I'm not mistaken, 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. thereabouts. You can understand, and they still need to go to work. So we need to be quick and snappy about this so that we can release our people to go and do the needful. All right, I will begin to bring them up on this platform. As I bring them up, of course, we will continue in earnest. Let me do so. Let me start to bring up our guest this evening. All right, welcome once again, Biafra Radio. It is. We are live, we are direct, and of course, Elohim, he is presiding over the affairs of his people. Once again, my name is Barr IykeObed Onoha, hosting this program live and direct all the way from Johannesburg, the city of gold. And of course, from the city of gold, we are going straight to Biafra land, the land of the rising sun. All right, I have two guests already with me here, and of course, I think we need to start. If anybody else, of course, join in, we will bring them up to join us. Very, very important. Once again, this is Biafra Radio, and this is where we worship Elohim. This is where we worship Chukwu Okike Abiyama. All right, Mazi Gosife, please, if you can hear me. Mazi Gosif, of course, is the COC of the Fourth Administration of the Directorate of States. COC meaning coordinators of all coordinators. Mazi Gosife, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to Biafrans. I don't know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Let me bring you up.
All right.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Barrister Ike, appreciate you. Thank you very much for this section. My name is Mazi Gosife. I'm the newly appointed IykeObed COC, coordinator of all coordinators. Today, we are coming live to you to talk to our people, as we've always promised. This is a new administration. We are here to set the record straight. We are here to make repairs. We are here to adjust everything that has gone wrong. We are here to set the stage for independence. We are here to make sure that everything that had gone bad, everything that had gone wrong, that we ensure that we set them right. That's why we're here. Today, Australia is presenting itself. We're going to be having our national coordinator. He should be joining very shortly. We're also going to be having the head of welfare and medicals, Dr. Henry. So I believe he is in the backstage. He should be joining very shortly. So we are going to be talking to our people. We are going to be, speaking about a few things, most especially the family of IykeObed around the world and the need for us to restructure the family, the need for us to make patches where necessary, the need for us to rebuild the family and set the stage for our leaders, coming. Our leader will join us very, very soon, very, very soon. So we need to rebuild the family. We need to rebuild the foundation of our structure so that our leader will meet the structure the way he left it, even better. So that's exactly what we are going to be discussing. Hopefully, I'm not sure if the host will have a time slot for us to take questions. If not, we can always do that some other time when we come on another program. So we are going to be touching on a number of things. I would prefer that our national coordinator for Australia introduces the subject of what we are going to be talking about today. I'm not sure, is he Barrister, is he in the backstage, or you haven't seen him? Mazi Daniel.
I have only Mazi Chukwudi. Once I
Okay.
see him, I'll bring him up. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, I am hoping that he will be joining us pretty soon, so that he can introduce the floor and then tell us what he feels. And of course, he was newly appointed, so he was used to be the deputy state coordinator for Queensland. He was newly appointed as the national coordinator for Australia. So, but in the absence of, while we wait for him, will give us a bit of an insight, a bit of a roadmap to what we are intending to do across every family of IPOB in every country. We, like I said before, the tall dream is that we are going to rebuild the family. We are going to fall back to what we used to be. We are going to make sure that everything that has happened to our family units everywhere around the world, that we do everything, even outside, even beyond our capability. Outside of our capability, we are going to reach out to make sure that we have that we do everything that we can to ensure that our families are restructured, our families are family built. We understand in the past few years, there's a few things that happened so far. We've had to, we've had family units, zones in disarray due to different issues. So, but we are going to be resolving that issues. We have started that very exercise. We've reached out to a few countries here and there. Most notably is Gambia, Ghana, and there's a few, Indonesia, and of course Malaysia potentially. So we are going to be making sure that the family units and zones in every one of these countries, that every concern that they have, every issues that they have, that these issues are sorted out. So we are going to be working together. We are going to be working together with the continental reps and of course the national coordinators where they have been appointed. In places where they are yet to be appointed, we will take necessary steps to ensure that national coordinators exist there. And of course, from there, we can start fixing coordinators across different zones. So these are some of the things that we are going to be doing. Also, we are going to make sure that our family units, zones, states, as the case may be, that they are effectively accounted for. We are going to make sure that over the course of time, there will be a training for leaders. There will be training for leaders, especially trainings around conflict resolution. So we are going to be unveiling some of that just to give people a bit of a foundation, a bit of an idea and insight as to how to, direct and how to lead. I understand that we may all have leadership capabilities or abilities in us, but sometimes there are areas that we will need to touch on very studiously that would allow us to, to see clearly how to handle issues and how to resolve issues where issues exist. So we are going to be unveiling some of that program over the course of time. We will make sure that those who are leading this family everywhere, that they are properly guided, that they know what they are doing, that they understand what conflict is and how to resolve conflict. I think we have our national coordinator here and our welfare head. On this note, I will just hold off here, host. I'll hold off here while we'll officially introduce them. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I have, let me start with Mazi Chukwudi Wogugu. Mazi, if you can unmute yourself and, of course, introduce yourself. Good evening
Hello,
from
can you hear me?
loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Oh, good. So yeah, good morning from here, fellow Biafrans. Good morning from Australia. My name is Mazi Chukwudi Mogu. I'm the newly appointed head of welfare and medical in the new 4th Directorate of State. We are here to help steer the course of a ship and keep our eye on the ball and make sure that Biafra restoration is achieved through the leadership of Mazi Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu. So throughout the morning or evening, depending on where you are, so we are going to try our best to give you a bit of roadmap on what we intend to do. So once again, I'm glad to offer my little services and experience in this struggle. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chukwudi. All right, let's go to Mazi Daniel Ihejirika. Mazi Daniel, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself as well. Mazi Daniel, please unmute yourself. All right, I think we've lost Mazi Daniel once again, but I'm sure he will join back. Could be a network issue. Mazi Gosife, if you can please take up the mic again as we wait for Mazi Daniel to join back.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, so in continuing, as we mentioned, so what is paramount to this very global family is that we restructure, especially with the new administration, that we have an effective unit, that we have functioning units, and where units are non-existent, we will create other units. That is the tall order. That is the our primary goal. Our primary goal is to expand our family units. Our primary goal is to ensure that our families are thriving everywhere they are resident in every country. So we are going to do everything humanly possible to make that achievable. So what the set of things that we are going to be doing is that we are going to be working together as a team. We are going to be liaising with the different heads, especially the continental rep and the national coordinator. We are going to be working closely to marshal out plans, to marshal out ways we are going to make that possible. We are going to look at where there are conflicts, where there are disagreements. We are going to resolve these disagreements with those who are confused about the direction of these very global family led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going to dispel their confusion. We are going to straighten them up. Those who are still unsure where to pitch their loyalty, we are going to clarify them. We are going to provide them every details that they need to confirm that a new administration has been set in place. We are going to be providing them all the official release from the head of the directorates, the press statements, the memos, and of course the ultimate of it is the leaders release about dissolution of the third administration. We are going to be providing all of these things to different families. We have actually provided that to continental reps and national coordinator, a few national coordinators that have been appointed so far. So we've been able to provide that so that they can use that to, to assert and to clarify those who may be confused. And we are going to also be providing appointment letters. These letters are going to serve as an authority, as a means of asserting authority. So we are going to be providing that so that every national coordinator can have that. Every national coordinator can utilize that to be able to assert their authority. And like I said, those who are still confused about where to stand or where their position is, we are going to try as much as possible to utilize all these tools to provide them conviction. But again, there will be people who will continue to be in doubt. These are people who are either benefiting from the dissolved administration or they are being malicious. Again, we are going to try as much as possible to convince people. We want people to understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of this very movement, that as it is stipulated in our IPOB Code of Conduct, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's position is supreme. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu determines the direction of this very struggle. He determines what team he wants to work with. He determines the people he wants in his team. He steers the direction. He determines the direction, he determines the vision, and he steers it. So we are going to ensure that people understand it. We are going to make sure that different families across the globe, as we make contact with different national coordinators through their continental rep, that we reinforce these things. We reinforce this very belief and this very edict as it is contained in our COC. We will make sure that our people understand it, that the chain of command, under the chain of command, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sits at the apex of it. And that position is supreme. Remember, in IPOB, we do not vote. We don't vote people in because this is quasi-military. This is a freedom fighting outfit. We do not vote. We don't vote people in. People are appointed based on their capabilities, based on what they are able to offer, based on what they can offer. They are appointed. And people who are appointed can be relieved. As simple as that. People must understand this needs to be driven down into the consciousness of our people. That in IPOB, people are appointed based on capabilities. Based on the abilities of people, they are appointed into position. And, in due time, when their services are not needed, they are relieved. There is nothing wrong with that. We are here to serve. In IPOB, we are here to serve. It is not anybody's property. We are here to serve. If you are serving, at some point, your services, you may have outlived your services, and then you'll be relieved of your service, and then you go home, someone else's will take over. So these are some of the things that we need to drum down into the conscience of our people. These are some of the things that we need to extend to every family to ensure that every family, through their national coordinators, through the continental rep, through the national coordinators, that each country understands these very edits, these very order as contained in our IPOB Code of Conduct. That in IPOB, we do not vote, that offices are appointed, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sanctions these offices. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu endorses people that will take position. It is entirely up to him to decide who takes position. So this is how it will continue to be until we regain our sovereignty. So these are some of the things that needs to be explained to family. And of course, our chain of command stays intact. People must take issues through their coordinators. The coordinators will take these issues to national coordinator if it is beyond him to solve, or if it is outside of his confinement, the office of his confinement. These issues will be extended to the national coordinator. And if that issue is beyond the national coordinator takes that issue to continental rep. This is how we are going to continue to deal with issues without having these set orders, without having these stiff orders, these stiff discipline. We are not going to make any headway. So we must understand that this is how it functions. This is how it will continue to function, that issues must be treated, or except in situations where you are unable, or the issues that you have raised as an ordinary member of IPOB is not getting any attention, is not getting resolved. You can move that issue to a directly superior officer, to the officer you report to. This is the command structure. You respond to orders, you respond to duties and to directives. And then when you have a concern that certain orders there are safety concerns regarding certain orders that may be issued, you still carry it out, and then afterwards report to a superior officer. Remember, you have to report to the officer you report to, which is your coordinator. He needs to be aware. And then if on a third occasion no resolution has been received, then you can move that very concern to the next superior officer. This is how it will continue to be. We must stay disciplined. Discipline is the only way we are going to make a headway. We are going to conquer. It is with discipline. We cannot break ranks. We must attend to issues with discipline. When people are misbehaving, where people are not behaving in the right way, you report issues to your officer, to the superior officer that you report to under the chain of command. So this is how it is going to be. We must make sure that this very command structure is cascaded down to different units, different zones across every country. So that is what we are going to be doing. We are going to be reaching out to national coordinators through their continental rep to reinforce this chain of command, to reinforce this very structure, to ensure that people are conducting themselves within these very command, that people are, carrying themselves in a way that reflects the values of this very global family. These are the things that we must be conscious about. It is necessary that we continue to reflect on these things. It is important that we reflect on these things so that we can stay organized. Staying organized is the key. We must stay organized. We must stay united and organized. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu determines those that he works with. If at some point he feels that Mazi Gosife's service is no longer needed for in these very movements, he will relieve Mazi Gosife. That is how it will continue to be. It is not anybody's property. We are only here to serve. We are only here to serve. So I will hold on for a bit to see if the hosts, do we have the rest of our guests?
We only still have Chukwudi. We lost Daniel, which I believe could be as a result of network. Unless you want to bring Chukwudi in here.
Yes. I'll park it here in the next minute so that Mazi Chukwudi can come in. So, and in a nutshell, what we are saying is that the families of IykeObed across the globe will continue to function as one strong unit. And the way we are going to make that possible is to continue to reinforce on the command structure, is to make sure that this very structure is cascaded, is filtered down to every unit, that every member of IykeObed in every country understands this very structure and then continue to stay within this very structure, and that we handle issues in a way that is decent and responsible. When you have issues, you raise that issues with your superior, and then if this issue hasn't received any attention, if your superior isn't responding to these issues on the third report, you can take it up to a more superior officer to make your complaint. This is how we are going to do it. And that way, that issue can be resolved. And that superior officer is expected to resolve that issue. And if it is beyond him, he will take it up until he gets to the Directorate of State. But we expect that every officer understands what to do. That was why I said that there will be training. We are going to unveil training. Leadership training is a short course that wouldn't take more than 20 minutes to undertake. So we are going to unveil this training to enable leaders at various levels to understand what to do at various times, what to do when issues arises, what to do when there is conflict, so that issues will be resolved and very timely. So these are some of the things that we are going to be unpacking over the course of time. So we expect that every IPOB family across the globe, every unit, every zones, that people are falling back to command. Like I said, we are going to be reaching out to families where there are issues. We are going to be resolving those issues, and where there are misconceptions, where people are confused, where people are deceived. In countries where people are deceived, we are going to try as much as possible to straighten them up. We will provide them every tool. We are going to provide them letters, provide them concrete evidence to confirm that there is a new leadership, and the authority of this new leadership has been asserted utilizing these tools. So we are going to be doing that. That way, people are confident in carrying out their duties. That way, people are convinced, people are strongly in the belief that this very family is still one strong unit under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So these are some of the things that we are going to be doing. So on this note, I will be landing the plane here so that I can allow the head of welfare to come in. I will land it here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mazi. Well spoken, and of course, I believe our people are listening, of course, to understand the rollout of the COC, of course, who is the coordinator of all coordinators. Obviously, when you come in an office, you need to have a plan. You need to have a roadmap, and that is just exactly what he is laying out to the hearings of Biafrans. All right, let's go to Mazi Chukwudi, the welfare. Mazi Chukwudi, if you can unmute, Biafrans are listening.
Yeah, thank you once again. Thank you, Mazi Gosife, for highlighting the chain of command and giving hope to our people. And it was important to let people know that we are here to serve. We are called to serve. We are not here for position grabbing. Mazonian De Carlo established this struggle, and we are called and we join because we know that what he was fighting for is genuine. The safety, the freedom of our people is paramount. No human being should live as a slave in a home, in a place where he called his own, his country. If they can pursue you from South Africa, what is happening to our people in South Africa is even small compared to what people are passing through in Nigeria. Whatever people are being treated in South Africa, people are receiving worse treatment in Nigeria, even as a Nigerian. So that shouldn't be happening. So it's important that we all give our support, give our services to fatherland. There's a reason why we are created. There's a reason why we are from that part of the world. We are not just here to live, to work and earn money and see. We are here to make sure that humanity is preserved, that the sanctity of our life is preserved. So we cannot live in a country where you are treated as a less human. You are molested. You don't have the freedom to express yourself. And that is why, from the welfare point of view, we do know that people have been dehumanized. People have been literally arrested and imprisoned without any hope, without any hearing. People have been molested, killed, maimed. People do not have homes. People have lost their families, their breadwinners, their husband, their wife, their kids. The problem is enormous. The problem is huge. So unfortunately, the ex-DOS abandoned all these problems and start chasing leadership. So as part of the current DOS, our plan is to keep the solution in place. We are here to make sure that those who need help, especially those who are in prison, who needs legal services, are catered for. Those who need physical treatment, be it trauma, mental health, we are here to lend our support. So we are going to categorize the tasks. We have the immediate needs, the medium, and the long-standing needs. So we are going to channel the resources to those who need it the most. And we are calling on Biafrans to lend their support. We do know that the task ahead is huge. We need to rebuild the family across the world, especially here in Australia. So we are calling on people, those who are by the side, who are on the fence, to please join hand, either giving us your time, your little resources to help build the family, so that at the end of the day, Biafra will be achieved. We are hoping that Mazin Nandikalo, who is currently in detention for this struggle, we are hoping that by the time his appeal case will come on, we will be declared the winner. He will be set free. Because I've had people ask people, if you give Martin Nandekaro, if you're giving Martin Nandekaro or giving Biafra, which one will you choose? It's a very ridiculous question. There's no Biafra without the people. Even if it's the slightest, the smallest, the youngest, the oldest, whoever, a Biafra, and you play the person on board and play the Biafra and ask me to choose between a Biafran and a Biafra, how can you ask me that question? There's no Biafra without a Biafran. I will choose all of them. Unless, of course, you're talking about a criminal. If you have a criminal that needs to go to prison and face the law, the person can go to prison. But if you're asking me to choose between a genuine Biafran and a Biafra, I will choose both of them. There is no Biafra. There's no IPO without Nnamdi Kanu. It is not done. Nnamdi Kanu is the face of what we are doing. So our priority is to get Biafra. Our priority is to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu comes out from the prison. We don't hate anyone. We are just asking for the safety of our people. Sometimes you hear people, maybe the Nigerian security system, when you hear Biafra, it brings out the bile in them. We don't hate you. We don't hate you. In any case, anybody that is asking for the solution of their country is a true lover of Nigeria, because Nigeria as it is like a prison for everyone, irrespective of your tribe, if you want to tell yourself the truth. So if you're asking for this, which is the correct, the only solution for that country is for people to go their separate ways and build their countries and function and relate with each other at the international level. Otherwise, with the way things are going, there is no other solution. Otherwise, give it 50 years, everybody will be eating each other with what is happening there. So I want to use Medium to tell other Nigerians that nobody hates you. We're just asking for freedom so that we can relate as normal human beings. In 2014, when I went to Barcelona around September, I could see that Catalonia, we are celebrating their independence without molestation. There were public holidays around that part of Spain. No one molested them. Nobody arrested them. Are they not human beings? Is it because they are fair-skinned? When Scotland were voting for the referendum in 2014, where I was working, I had a Scottish person who was a pharmacist and an English person who was a doctor, a general practitioner. They were discussing the referendum. When they were, even before the election, the voting came on, but they were discussing it like mature human beings. No one was vilified. They were looking at the pros and cons. No one was vilified, and they had that election, and Scotland lost. So I don't see why in the Black community, If you say, okay, you want freedom, and somebody thinks you are the enemy, you should be killed, you should be arrested. It shouldn't be so. It should not be so. Those white people are just human beings like you. It's not so difficult to behave better. It's not so difficult to behave like human beings. Even animals behave better. So it's important to know that the Biafrans, pro-Biafrans, are not enemies to the country. If anything, they are the only person that are offering true solution to the problems, to the myriad of problems in Nigeria. So, brethren, I call on everyone to please join us. Donate your time. I know it is difficult. Donate your money if possible for us to solve all these huge problems. In no distant time, it is our hope that Biafra will be restored. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. And of course, that is a welcome advice and as well as your submission. And I believe we welcome that as much. All right. We still don't have Daniel. He came in and, of course, went out again. Like I said, it could be a network issue. And as I promised, we are not going to have this program long. And I can tell you why. These people, haven't had enough sleep and they still need to go to work. But of course, I will go back to Mazi Gosife. And of course, if there is any more thing he would like to share with us, that would be welcome. Because when you talk about the COC, it is a mammoth task. I can tell you, it is not an easy task, but I believe he is equal to the task. Going by what he has already, submitted to us this evening, you can see that the job have started in earnest and he is making gain. And I believe, as we continue, more grounds and more gains we'll be making. Maziko Sife, I don't know if you have any more thing you want to share. And then, of course, we will see if there's anyone else who will join, if Daniel will come back, and then we will bring him up. Otherwise, we'll start summarizing. Please go ahead, Maziko Sife.
All right, thank you. I've tried to reach out to him. Mazi Chukwudi, please, if you can reach out to Daniel and see. I think he messaged that his link wasn't working, but of course, I said to him that the link is working because we saw him come on before he dialed out for a bit.
I have another person here, Chino. I don't know who's Chino.
That's our FinSec.
He just joined it now.
Yes,
he's joining now. And Daniel is back again. So I've got Chino, I've got Daniel. Right. So I don't know. Let's see if we can get Daniel before he goes off again. Mr. Daniel, can you hear us? Daniel Ihejirika, if you can hear me, please unmute and speak to Biafrans.
Okay. Good morning, Biafrans. Good morning, lovers of freedom. My name is Daniel Ihejirika, the newly appointed fourth administrative national coordinator here in Australia. We have sworn in to work hand in hand with other Biafrans, especially the elected executive here in Oceania, to make sure we restore already stolen or planned stolen mandate from every angle here in Australia. We have been doing this for so long, and we have been positively making great impact, and we will continue to do our possible best to make sure we restore Biafra, to help Mazen Namdekano and other elected executives worldwide to restore Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Daniel Ihejirika. Let me see if we can. Mazi, I don't know who's this. It's Chino. Chino, please. I don't want to say Mazi because I don't know. Can you please unmute and introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Chino. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead and introduce
Yeah,
yourself. We can hear
I'm
you.
the newly elected financial secretary for IykeObed Australia, Queensland branch. I've been in this struggle with the Queensland team for some time now, and our mission is to restore Biafra and also to ensure that Mazen Namdekan, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, gets out of the dungeon where the Nigerian establishment put him, and he is the face of this struggle. Without him, in my opinion, the struggle is dead. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Without him, it wouldn't have been here. So I feel sad when I see the things happening, and especially in the Australian National Branch and the rest of the places. And after the dissolution of the third DLSS, their refusal to relinquish. It makes absolute no sense of all the oaths we took. And it is surprising that those in leadership authority will refuse to abide by what they preached. It's so annoying and so disappointing. But we here in Queensland, we are determined to follow the process, to do the right things, to ensure that Mazen Namdekan comes out and that we restore Biafra. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mazi, for that. I will go back now to Mazi Gosife. Gosife, please, if you have anything to share, please go ahead.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. Thank you very much, our official, our national coordinator, Mazi Daniel. Thank you for that brief. Thank you also, Mazi Chino. Thank you for that. These are some of the things that we are going to be stamping as an image into the minds of our people, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the flag bearer in these efforts that we are making to restore our sovereignty. We must make people understand it, that nobody has the capacity to do what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Nobody has the capacity, nobody has what it takes to do what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. That people are relevant today, that you know who I am today is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody, people that you're hearing people is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu able to do through efforts over the years when people were sleeping, when people weren't paying attention? He was expending his day and night trying to drive the message of redemption into the consciousness of our people. That is how he was able to build this family globally. All the people you see today, because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, some of us came to this struggle not because of Biafra, but because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's message of redemption. If we came to this struggle because of the name Biafra, Chimamanda, who is an intellectual, should be doing Biafra. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala should be doing Biafra. We came to this struggle because we heard the voice of redemption, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He galvanized this message in a way that made sense to us. And then we came through. Nobody has the capacity to do what he's doing. Nobody is willing to pay the price Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is paying for you. These are some of the things that when you reflect on it, you will shift your position. You will know that staying with this man is what you need to do. That is what you ought to do. There is no other way. If anybody is telling you that there's a way we can do it, there is no way we can do it. There is no way. At least in the last 5 years, in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have you not seen how things had gone south? At the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what did you see? That is what that means. So what we are saying is we cannot relegate the position of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no reason. If we are going to be free, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must spearhead this very struggle. He must stand, his position must remain what it is into the foreseeable future. So these are some of the things that we must reflect on. We must continue to reflect on. So on that premise, we are going to rebuild our family like we said before. Everywhere our family is in every country where IPOB exists, even in countries where previously it wasn't existing, we are going to install new family. So we will continue to reach out under our rebuild plan. We will continue to reach out through the continental rep and the national coordinator to ensure that units are rebuilt. Where there is confusion, we are going to dispel every confusion. Where there are people are unsure, we are going to provide them with tools, with concrete evidence to confirm that this is where you need to stand. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is paying a price for this freedom. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in prison because of our liberation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is paying the ultimate price because of our redemption. So these are some of the things that we must remind them. We must remind them that the sacrifices are being made. So whoever that challenges that very position, we can offer you to go to Sokoto. Just go there and leave. Just leave so that we can pay you. Go there and leave so that we can pay you and see if you're going to be comfortable. Some of them are not going to accept that offer. So we must understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is paying the necessary price for freedom. We cannot move away from that very, very understanding. We cannot move away from it. And one thing again that we need to reassure ourselves of is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the supreme. This struggle is not democracy where you vote people into positions. That is why, because of lack of understanding of some of these people and the illiterates, they just cannot understand these things from the first principles. We don't vote in IPOB. People are appointed based on their capacity, based on what they are able to offer. So this is how it is. It will continue to be. This is how it will remain. These are the very command structure that we will continue to foster in families across the globe. We will continue to reach out to the national coordinator through their continental rep to ensure that this message is cascaded down to the tiniest units, whether in Biafra land or anywhere else. So these things has to be straightened up. We are going to conduct ourselves, in a manner that reflects the values of this very struggle as was stipulated or as it is contained in our IPOB code of conduct. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's position is supreme. If he wakes up tomorrow morning and says to Mazi Gosife, I think you have come to the end of your service, I will salute him in honor, and then another person who is of a brighter mind will take over. It is important that we understand this very thing, that at every turn, at every point in time, at every milestone, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can decide whoever that he wishes or he desires to take office. The next person, that person bows out in honor, and then the next person takes over. This is how it will continue to be. We don't want disruption. We don't want people who lack discipline. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spent so many years trying to drive this very message. There is absolutely nothing he didn't talk about as regards, how countries became free, as regards the reason why Africa is in the mess they are today. He spent so much time trying to elevate our understanding. We cannot betray that very lesson. We cannot betray that very man, especially when he is facing challenges. The biggest betrayal to our race is that we abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the biggest betrayal. A man that was speaking up for you while you were sleeping. Some of you were sleeping. Look at what is going on across the length and breadth of Nigeria today. Look at the amount of carnage going on, the onslaughts from these invaders. Some of you were sleeping at the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was preaching that very gospel. Today, some of you are not alive today. Some of your relatives are not alive because you did not heed to that very message. The biggest betrayal of our race is that we abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So we are going to continue to stand behind him. Remember, we expect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to turn around and see multitude, millions of people, those he preached to. That is the expectation from every one of you. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu turns around and he doesn't see anybody, that will be the biggest betrayal. I don't know how else I can say this. I will try to reiterate. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at any point in time looks behind him and he finds just a few people, or he doesn't find anybody, that would be the biggest betrayal. You and I have betrayed our race. So in order for us not to betray this very struggle, not to betray our race, anytime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looks behind him, he must see millions of people. Millions of people. It is important that he sees millions of people. That will embolden him. That will continue to reassure him that those he's fighting for are with him. How is in bite sizes? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looks behind, people are paying towards this struggle. People are going to meetings towards this struggle. People are representing when they are called upon. People are doing what they are required to do. That is what it means when he looks behind. So when he looks behind him, he needs to see millions of people. What we are fighting for is our sovereignty that was stolen. They took our sovereignty and handed it over to people we don't know. Today, our lives are impoverished. Today, we are poorer for it. Today, we are suffering. Today, we are scavenging. Today, we are running to countries in search of a better life. Our sovereignty was stolen. So you can't have a better life. You can thrive. You can live and thrive. That is exactly what they did to us. That is why for you to be able to live and thrive, you have to jump to South Africa. You have to run to Europe, run to Australia, run to London, run to everywhere. Because where you come from, your sovereignty, your ability. Do you know what sovereignty is? Your ability to make your own decision towards your education, towards your security, towards your food, towards your agriculture. That is what sovereignty means. So they took it and handed it over to strangers. That is why we are suffering. It is that sovereignty that we are about to regain. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is leading this very struggle at the front. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has preached this very gospel in many ways. Sometimes he lost his voice. Sometimes even when he is broken, he continues to preach that very gospel. So some of us, all of us that are listening today, we paid very keen attention to him. So we will continue to do the needful. Biafra Radio, as it stands today, is our center for information dissemination. This is where we receive the gospel. This is where we receive the rightful message as it is being disbursed by the Directorate of State, or as it comes through our leader, in whatever way it comes. This is where, if we don't hear it from Biafra Radio and several other medias like the Vanguard and other independent medias that are affiliated to Biafra Radio, some of our independent medias, because once it comes from Biafra Radio, it filters into this independent media, and then the message is spread. So we must understand it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is central. Remember, anybody telling you, regardless of where they live, it doesn't matter which country that they live, they don't have what it takes. That person cannot pay a price for you. That person cannot pay the necessary sacrifice. They can't make it. Not these people that live in diaspora. They have tested good life. They cannot make sacrifices for you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only man that has the capacity to do that. And he has demonstrated it in different colors and in many ways. We want you to always reflect on these fundamental ideas, that nobody will go to prison for you. Some of our people that are in prison they are as well. They have listened to their leader. They are unfortunate. They are unfortunate. Nobody will willfully walk into prison for you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing all of these things for you so that you will understand. So it is important that we understand this very message. It is important that we continue to hold this message to heart. It is important that we continue to project this message. It is also important that we continue to spread this message to our units, to our zones, to our, to different IPOB family, wherever they are. So these are some of the things that we are going to ensure that national coordinators of every country, especially the ones that have been appointed and the ones yet to be appointed, that we work together with the continental rep to ensure that national coordinators are appointed in countries where they are non-existent. So once the national coordinators are appointed in these countries, especially places that have had conflict in the past, once all of these things are resolved, some of these messages will be drawn down. It will be drawn down through the national coordinators to the state coordinators and to the zonal coordinators and down to the unit coordinators to ensure that everybody understands these very tenets, that people understand the message. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu provides the vision. He determines the vision of this struggle. He determines the team he works with. Our goal is to get freedom. Our goal is to restore our sovereignty that was taken away. That is our goal. And every single one of us at any point in time when we are required to serve, we come through to serve. And when we are no longer required, we bow out, we salute and bow out. It is important that we always maintain this chain of command. It is important that we always listen to those, to our superiors, to ensure that we carry out assignments as directed. If you have any issues, I reiterate, if you have any issues, take that issues to your coordinator. That is your first point of contact. And your coordinator will do everything necessary to resolve that issues, except in situations where that issues is beyond him. He will extend it to the next superior officer, which is the national coordinator. The national coordinator will endeavor to resolve that issues. If that issues is beyond the national coordinator will extend that issues to continental rep. So the continental rep will try to resolve it. And then if that issue needs much attention, the continental rep will bring that issue into the Directorate of State. And then that issue will be resolved by the Directorate of State. Where Directorate of State needs to get the endorsement of the leader of this struggle, they will extend it. It is important that we understand this very chain of command. It is important that we must stay disciplined. It is important that we do not break commands or we do not break chain of command. It is very, very important. It is with discipline. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said this thing a million. I can't count the number of times he said this thing on Radio Biafra. Discipline is what we need. Discipline is the only way we can pulverize whatever wall that is, whatever impediment that stands in our way. It is with discipline. Discipline is key. When we stay organized and disciplined, when anybody sees us, they will, it scares them to their bone. It is with discipline. Sometimes we are going to encounter issues. Sometimes we are going to encounter very difficult individuals that are very, very difficult. Sometimes they are stuck in old ways of doing things. We are going to find ways to relate with them. They are our blood. They are one of us. They are our family. Remember, we have very different exposure. We grew up, in different environments, and environment we grew up in sometimes shapes the way we think. So sometimes we have to deal with individuals that are difficult, but we must find a way to relate with them. We must find a way to resolve issues amicably because of the ultimate goal that we are pursuing, because of the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is paying the price for us. We cannot rock the boat. While a man is paying the ultimate price for us, we can't rock the boat. It doesn't matter how much your feelings has been hurt. Always remember that a man is paying the ultimate price. So you must fall back to command. You must fall back to order. You must reflect, recollect, and then try to resolve issues. So like I said, we are going to conflict resolution course for leaders from every leader, whether treasurer, coordinator, every leader must undertake a course that we are going to unpack in due course. everybody will undertake it so that you understand how to deal with family. You understand how to deal with your fellow member when people have issues, even when people have questions. It doesn't matter how many questions you are leading them. You must be able to have the necessary patience to take questions. It doesn't matter even if it sounds stupid, even if you feel it sounds stupid. So it is important that we understand these things. Remember, we are going to encounter difficult people. Sometimes those we report to may be difficult, but it is important that we stay under command. We respond. We have an amicable way of resolving issues. As I've stated, always take issues through your command, except in situations where that complaints that you have is not getting attention. So let's take, for instance, you have a concern, and then you presented it to your coordinator, and you raised it for the second time. You bring it to his attention the second time. The third time, if he hasn't responded on that third time, what you need to do is to say, hey, I've raised this thing the first time and the second time. This is about the third time I am raising these issues. Could we please resolve these issues? It is going to become a serious issues if not attended to. Now, once you say it this way, your coordinator is mandated to resolve that issues. Now, if that issues is beyond him, he's expected to take it up to the next superior officer, which is the national coordinator. If he hasn't, you can raise it. You can take it to his national coordinator to say, I have made this report to our coordinator 3 times. You must remind him that you've made that report 3 times. But that very issue has not received any attention. Now it is left for your national coordinator to resolve it. If your national coordinator is unable to resolve it, he will take it up to the continental rep, and then the continental rep will do everything within his power to resolve it. If he's unable to resolve it, he will take it into the Directorate of States. So this is how it is going to be going forward. Like I said, this very thing that we've explained, we are going to extrapolate it into every country through the continental rep, through the national coordinator, to ensure that this message is driven down to the tiniest units. It is important that we understand these things. Like I said, we will, from time to time, the head of the media is going to give us programs from time to time. We are going to come here to bring you information and to also bring you news, where news that are worthy, news that's that can help straighten things, that can help dispel your confusion. We will continue to come here, especially to take your questions. The head of the media will give us a program where we are going to assemble once again to take your questions. It is important. I know that our families across the globe have got questions. They have got clarifications. They've got something confusing them. In due course, we are going to come. Once we receive the program from the head of the media, we are going to come here to take your question. It is important that we take your question. It is very, very important that we take your question. But where necessary, if those of you that belongs to units, where necessary, please continue to funnel your questions through your coordinator. Once in a while, the leadership will continue to join your meetings where necessary to also take your questions if we can't take them online here. So we will continue to join your meetings where necessary. Please continue to funnel your questions. We will continue to take them. It is important that we carry the family along. It is important that people are carried along so that they continue to stay in tune with the right message and continue to do what is expected of them. So I will pack it here, host. Thank you very much.
Very much. I mean, that is eloquently so. And what we are going to do is that in the near future, of course, when we agreed, we will definitely have another program whereby we alert our people that everybody will come with their questions, just like you have lined out, because I believe people would like to ask questions and they would like to know a lot of things. And we'll make that happen. So, dear friends, watch out for that. All right, I think I'm going to give other people opportunity to, say something, and then you will summarize. We'll bring the program to an end. Let me go to Mazi Daniel Hejirika. Mazi Daniel, please, if you will unmute, and then of course say what is on your mind, and then we will move on. Mazi Daniel Hejirika, if you can hear me, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi. Sorry, my network is not that really friendly here. I've been coming in and going out. Yeah, I don't really know. I've tried my possible best to at least to restore a better network, but it's not really working out. But yeah, thank God I'm here up to this moment. Our COC have arguably said it all. We are going to work hand in hand. There is nothing left for him, for any other person to say. He has already said everything all. We all are going to work hand in hand to restore the struggle, to make sure we protect the image of our leader, Martin Nandekano, and to also make sure we respect him at all costs. We support him at all costs. We are not here to start doing any eye service. We are here to restore Biafra. We are here to move this movement forward. We are here to make sure we drive it to the final destination. We are here to make sure we maintain the principles of Onyendu Mazim Nandekano. What he has already taught us. Onyendu Mazim Nandekano is the only person that convinced more than all of us, almost all of us here on this struggle. I don't think, I haven't seen anyone on this struggle that did not join because of Onyendu. Onyendu have already paid the price. Onyendu is still paying the price up to this moment. What he has done, majority of us will never do it, or all of us, if I'm not mistaken. So we have no other option than to make sure we respect him, we support him at all costs, we obey him, we make sure we support him to make sure in the end he will regain his freedom, and in the end Biafra will be restored. Here in Oshonia, we are going to work hand in hand, morning, afternoon, night, all the time, to make sure we restore the dignities of this family the way it was before. Yeah, we are a bit facing a little bit challenges, but yeah, we are going to work hand in hand to make sure we restore everything that has been stolen from us. This is all I can say for now, and I thank you all for organizing this program, and I wish, like our COC said, from time to time we reorganize this program again for us so that we can also come in and say our view in time being. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chukwudi. All right, let's go to Mazi Chino. Mazi Chino, what's on your mind, please, before we begin to bring this program to an end? Go ahead.
Good evening, all Biafrans, and depending on where you are, it's morning here in Australia. I want to reiterate what Mazi Gosife has said. We must all continue to be steadfast in our support for Mazen Nandekano and the Biafra struggle. Don't allow yourself to be deceived. The ex-state DOS are sitting tight because they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. They do not want to relinquish power, and as a result, they keep spreading all lots of false information about a leader who is unfortunately not free to defend himself. The worst thing you can do to a man is to crucify him behind his back, tell lies when you know he doesn't have the ability to speak up. You don't pass judgment in the absence of the accused. So that's what they have clearly done, and they continue doing that and believing that they can deceive the efforts. But as long as Elohim is involved in this struggle, they cannot succeed. For those who doubt, just look at what Nnamdi Kanu has done for Biafrans. In my opinion, he has paid the ultimate price, yes. Because if not that Elohim is with him, they could have killed him in Kenya, or when all this while that has been in the Nigerian dungeon in the prison. Our leader has given it all. A man who they tell you that he has compromised. How did he do that? If he has compromised, he wouldn't have told Buhari in his own court that he is a terrorist and a pedophile, and he cannot jail him. The lawyer, the judge who sent him to prison, has also told him that he is not, he does not know the law. These are not actions of someone who is planning to betray the struggle. These are not actions or words of someone who has compromised. So all the people who are accusing him of all sorts of things, you ask them, what have they done for Biafra? Where have they taken Biafra since Mazen Nandekana has been in prison? They have only been there sometimes they make one statement once in 3 months and then nothing else. There are no more protests anywhere across the world, not in Biafra land, nowhere. They just sit there and then they focus on every time the interest is on raising funds, and then it doesn't get to what it is needed for. They abandon our leader, and then they come to tell you that they're fighting for Biafra. They ask them, in what way are they fighting for Biafra? What have they done to show that they are fighting for Biafra? For how many years? So my word is that we should all remain steadfast, continue to stand for what is right, continue to follow the new DOS, follow instruction from the new DOS until by the grace of God we'll achieve our purpose. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chino. All right, I will go to Mazi Chukwudi and thereafter back to Mazi Gosife to summarize, and then we'll close. Mazi Chukwudi, go ahead.
Yes, thank you once again. My summary to fellow Biafrans is that, we should remain optimistic. And being optimistic is keeping our head towards the goal of giving freedom to our people, the goal of achieving Biafra, the goal of making sure that Martin Nandekalo regains his freedom, the goal of making sure that those who are incarcerated in this struggle across the length and breadth of Nigeria regain their struggle. We do know that the problem is huge. There are a lot of people needing legal aid, medical aid, and social aid. I have no doubt that the current DOS, headed by Mazi Nwogu, under the leadership of Mazi Nandekalo, is poised to make sure that these problems are solved. Some of them are going to be solved within the next 3 months. Some are going to take a bit longer. Some will be long term. So I crave everybody's indulgence to support this struggle. Whatever the ex-DOS have done, just see it as you are in a football match and you have some of your players scoring an own goal. The fact that they are scoring an own goal doesn't mean that you will abandon the match. You will struggle also to make sure that you score more goals to counter those own goals they scored. Sometimes they scored this own goal because they didn't know, or they have no idea, or they are ignorant of what they're doing. And I hope that at some point they'll come to realize that what they're doing is scoring an own goal. So we encourage every Biafran to keep the flame burning, keep your eye on the ball. What we should be bothering is what will give us Biafra, liaising with and interfacing with organizations, countries across the globe to lend support to our struggle, to make Nigerian government and Nigerians know that we are not their enemies. In fact, if they're looking for enemies of Nigeria, it is these politicians who are stealing the money and buying properties abroad and hiding currencies under the ground. These are the enemies of the country. The true lovers of Nigeria are the Biafrans, are the pro-Biafrans. Unfortunately, they will not realize it. Of course, some of them are realizing now that Nnamdi Kanu was actually fighting for everyone in that part of the world. So, fellow Biafrans, I will say, please and please, ignore whatever the ex-DOS are doing. Just focus on the ball. With time, in no distant time, Biafra will be achieved. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chukwudi. Thank you for that. All right, Mazi Gosife, if you can just give us your parting shot, then of course we will bring this program to an end. Please go ahead.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, host. Thank you, Oshenia family, every single one of us. Thank you for making out the time. I understand, you know, we all understand that it's way too early here. But of course, once it has to do with serving this very noble family, we will always do what is necessary, regardless of the convenience, to ensure that we come through to you. Thanks everyone for coming. Just as we've said so far, this is a new administration led by our Mazi Chris Nwogu, the fourth administration, instituted by our leader, Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are a new sheriff in town. We are going to be, like we've always maintained, like we said on our first outing to our people, we said that we are here to be closer to our people. We are here to change everything that has gone wrong. We are here to set the stage for our redemption. We are here to make sure that we repair everything that had gone wrong in this struggle. So as we have noted all the things that have gone wrong, we are going to spend more time in fixing every single one of these. So I'm getting the feedback. We'll spend time in fixing every single one of these problems that has been identified. So like I said, we expect that every family member of IPOB in every unit, in every zone, wherever you are, make sure you continue to funnel your issues, your concern through the right channel, through your direct superior. It is important that we need to know about what's going on. We need to know about what's going on. We are here to fix everything that had gone wrong. So we will continue to work together. More than anything, working together as a team is one thing that we are going to leverage on. For us to be able to move this global family forward, we must work as a unit. We must function as a unit. So we are going to do everything possible to work together. We will work together because of the big dream, because of our big objective, which is for our leader to come out and for us to regain our sovereignty. So we are going to do everything to work together to ensure that this very objective is realized. So we expect the cooperation of every IPOB member, every lover of freedom. Some of you are not IPOB members, but you are lover of freedom. Some of you are able to understand what is going on. The lies and propaganda being peddled by our enemies. The enemies are the ones behind the spotlight, fueling this very fire, using people. So those of you that are not IPOB members, but you are able to discern, it means that you have common sense. It means that you understood the science of common sense, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taught on Radio Biafra. You understood it. So we expect that all of you continue to work together, continue to support this very struggle, continue to support our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in this very effort, continue to do all that is necessary, all that is required of you. If you're required to be on Twitter, just like the head of the media had unveiled that our Twitter Tuesday will continue. Has resumed again. We are going to go to Twitter to set that place on fire. So we expect that every single one of you should have an account. If you don't have an account, please endeavor to get one. We are going to go on Twitter. As much as we are present on Facebook, we are going to go on Twitter to light that place. We are going to light it up once again, and then we will continue. Remember, we are setting the stage for our leader to come out. So we need to keep every cylinder firing, whether on the media front, on our international diplomacy, on our rebuilding of units, rebuilding of IPOB family across the globe. We are going to light everywhere on fire. So we are going to work together. Like I said, we will work under the leadership of Chris Nwogu, who is our head of the Directorate of State. And then we are going to work as a unit, and then decisions will be disbursed, will be filtered down to units, and then we are going to work as a unit, all of us, and leadership will be closer to the people. So like I said, once our media head drafts out a program for us, we are going to, as when he determines, we are going to come through to you to take your questions and to also clarify confusions that you may have. So we are expecting that to happen, and we are going to make that happen in due course. So on this note, we are going to bring in this very session to a closure. We thank everyone that paid attention, every single one of you listening from everywhere around the world. We thank you. We appreciate you so much. We love you. What we are doing is for all of us. What we are doing is for all of us. We are going to be free. We need people. We need people to understand. We need people to understand the very message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching. And it is this message that we are continuing on. So we thank you very much for staying steadfast to this very radio and staying steadfast to the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We appreciate you. We will continue to come through to you. We'll continue to come by your way to present you all you need to know as we move this struggle forward. Thank you very much, host. Thank you.
Very much, Mazi Gosife, our able COC, and the team, of course, from Australia, Oceania. I want to thank you all for coming through this evening. Of course, it has been indeed a great program, and our people have listened and they have enjoyed it. And as I promised, indeed so, we will map out a day very soon, whereby we will bring the COC, to come and take questions from our people so that they can ask any question they want to ask. It's going to be a question and answer program, and I promise you that is going to happen as soon as possible. Once again, I want to say thank you all for coming through, and I want to say thank you because the time there is ungodly, if I may say so, but you embrace the whole thing and then you came here to represent. I say, may Elohim bless you all. In the name of Chukwuka Biama. All right. Biafrans, you have heard it from our guests this evening. And of course, this is where we are going to bring this program to an end. And I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. And we will be coming to you again as soon as possible. For me, from here, it is good night and God bless.
Let the universe bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, team leader of IykeObed. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPO code of conduct, the third administration of the dots is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chica, you are sacked. Tony Surumike, you are sacked. You are sacked. You are sacked. You are sacked. Collins Chinedu, you are sacked. China Ganworu, you are sacked. Fidel said you are sacked. Chidin Manworu, Juliet Edward Philatro, you are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from IykeObed. You no longer speak. You no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPO. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, whatever the supreme leader says. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave he paid $500,000 of blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. You'll be a proud vanguard media for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of heaven, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the Supreme Leader says. The fourth dose is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.